Lesson for the first semester UG English. UG English in the sense for all the UG students of any stream of study, we have we have this course. We have this course called Foundation English. Okay, so I thought I can make this from this book. This is written by the professors of Avji College of Arts and Science, and you can get this book at in any of the bookstores or in online publications. You can just order and you can get. So this is Foundation English course 1, and in that already my lesson with this chapter 1 Malala is already done. Malala chapter 1 is already, you can browse my videos and you can watch. Now I thought I can do this autobiography of the stories of my experiments with truth. There are 3 chapters to be covered, chapters 1, 2 and 3 of MK Gandhi. So we'll start with the lesson about MK Gandhi's My Experiment with Truth. Just a minute. The book carries all short answers, essays, and like very easy and simple English, so you can always buy and make it up. So an autobiography or the story of my experiments with truth. We have MK Gandhi. Okay, this lesson is by MK Gandhi, and it's an edited version. So birth and parentage is the first thing, and I'm just reading the text for you. The Gandhis belong to the Bania caste and seem to have been originally grocers. But for 3 generations from my grandfather, they have been prime ministers in several Kathiawad states. Uttamchand Gandhi, alias Utta Gandhi, my grandfather must have been a man of principle. State intrigues compelled him to leave Porbandar, where he was a divan, and to seek refuge in Junagadh. So this is a lesson. The first intro we could see how Gandhi is introducing about his forefathers. So Gandhi belongs to the Bania caste, and then they are originally grocers, but for 3 generations their grandfather have been prime ministers in several Kathiawad states. Then Uttamchand Gandhi, alias Utta Gandhi, that is his grandfather he is talking about. My grandfather must have been a man of principle. State introduced compelled him to leave. He must be a man of principle. That means he is a very strict man. The problems in the state has made him leave Porbandar and go as refugees to Junagadh. Okay, there he saluted the Nawab with the left hand. Someone noticing the apparent discourtesy asked for an explanation, which was given thus: the right hand is already pledged to Porbandar. So how nice the sentence is. So he says he was saluting the Nawab with the left hand. So that means very very importantly we could see how he could be so very patriotic to his place of living, and he said it's pledged to Porbandar. So Utta Gandhi married second time, having lost his first wife. He had 4 sons by his first wife and 2 of his second wife. So I do not think that in my childhood I ever felt or knew that the sons of Utta Gandhi were not all the of same mother. The fifth of the 6 brothers was Karamchand Gandhi, alias Kaba Gandhi, and the 6th was Tulsi Das Gandhi. So now we could see how many sons he had. He had 4 sons, and like it was not at all seen that 2 were from 2 different wives of his. Like all were similarly treated. The 5th of these 6 brothers was Karamchand Gandhi, that is his father, alias Kaba Gandhi, and the 6th was Tulsi Das Gandhi. So now you could see Utta Gandhi grandfather and Kaba Gandhi, or you can call him as Karamchand Gandhi. So this is his father. Both these brothers were prime ministers in Porbandar, one after the other. Kaba Gandhi was my father. He was, who's his my now? Gandhi is talking about Kaba Gandhi. He was a member of Rajasthani court. It is now extinct, but in those days it was a very influential body for settling disputes between the chiefs and their fellow clansmen. He was for some time prime minister in Rajkot and then in Vankener. He was a pensioner of the Rajkot state when he died. So it was so nicely, beautifully given about Kaba Gandhi. Kaba Gandhi was my father. He was a member of the Rajasthani court. It was a new now it is not extinct, means no more. Okay, but in those days it was very influential body for settling disputes between chiefs and other fellows. He was for some time prime minister in Rajkot and then in Vankener. He was a pensioner of the Rajkot state when he died. Okay, so he was pensioner. Kabir Gandhi married 4 times in succession, having lost his first wife each time by death. He had two daughters of his first and the second marriages. So his last wife Putli Bai bore him a daughter and three sons. So now Putli Bai will be Gandhi's mother. Okay, so his father also married having lost his wife each time by death. So 4 times he married, and Putli Bai was through Putli Bai only Gandhi was born. I being the youngest, my father was a lower of his clan, truthful, brave, and generous, but short tempered. So you is describing about his father. To a certain extent, he might have been even given to carnal pleasures, for he married for the fourth time when he was over 40. But he was incorruptible and had earned a name for strict impartiality in the family as well as outside. His loyalty to the state was well known. An assistant political agent spoke insultingly of the Rajkot Taikur Sahib, his chief, and he stood up to the insult. So one of the great thing which is talking about his father is how this assistant political agent spoke about this Rajkot Thakur Sahib, but being a person who liked them, and he didn't want them to talk such kind of unnecessary wordings about people. The agent was angry and asked Kabir Gandhi to apologize. Okay, so but this he refused to do, and was therefore kept under detention for a few hours. But when the agent saw that Kabir Gandhi was adamant, they ordered him to be released. So he didn't like, because of the political displeasures in the place, like he started telling them, they insulted him, but they asked to apologize, but Kabir Gandhi was adamant, he did not apologize. He had no education save that of experience. So all this came out of his experience. He had no education at all. At best, he might be have said to have read up to the fifth Gujarati standard of history and geography. He was innocent. So only fifth standard history and geography was innocent. But his rich experience of practical affairs stood him in good stead in the solution. So this is another of its place of the most important intricate questions. And in managing hundreds of men of religious training, he had very little, but he had that kind of religious culture which frequent visits to temples and listening to religious discourses make available to many Hindus. So now he's coming to how religious this fellow was. And then in his last days, he began reading the Gita at the instance of the learned Brahmin friend of the family, and he used to repeat aloud some verses every day at the time of worship. So, how very how very religious his father was. That was the sentence which is all about he's talking. So first Gandhi talks about Karamchand Gandhi. First he talks about his grandfather Ota Gandhi, then he talks about Karamchand Gandhi or Kabir Gandhi. Now he is going to talk about his mother. Okay, so the outside expression my mother has left on my memory is that of saintliness. So always I have to be very saint enough, because my mother has given me such kind of an impression on me. So I'll always be remain saintly like her. Okay, she was deeply religious. She would not think of taking her meals without daily prayers. Going to heavily the Vaishnava temple was one of her daily duties. As far as my memory can go back, I do not remember her having ever missed the Chatrumas. Okay, so every day she'll go, she'll see to that she is the deity of Vaishnava temple. She'll go there, she'll do the pujas, and she'll come. She would take the hardest vows and keep them without flinching. So hardest vows, like I will not eat, I will see to that, I'll come and give you, offer my prayers, that and all she'll be telling. No, all that is there. Never she will give it up. She would take the hardest vows and keep on flinching. Illness was no excuse for relaxing them. Even if she's ill, she'll not be excusing from doing her offerings. I can recall her once falling ill when she was observing the Chandrayana vow, but the illness was not allowed to interrupt the observance. So we could see even illness was not allowed to stop her. To keep 2 or 3 consecutive fasts was nothing to her. So she'll be keeping on not eating. like consecutive fast she'll be without eating, and that also she'll be trying to keep up. To keep 2 or 3 consecutive fasts was nothing to her. Living one day a meal during Chaturmas was a habit with her. So one day only she'd eat. Not content with that, she fasted every alternate day during Chaturmas. So during another Chaturmas, she vowed not to have food without seeing the sun. So without seeing the sun, she'll not eat. What we'll do, we'll have to tell her whether the sun has appeared or what. So see, we children on those days would stand staring at the sky, waiting to announce the appearance of the sun only to our mother. Everyone knows that at what time in the sun often would come and rise and all. And I remember days when at the sudden appearance we would rush and announce it to her. She would run out and see whether it for her eyes, and then only she did. So she'll not even believe us. So that kind of a person she is. So all this explanation is all about Gandhi's mother. And then so it is only showing how religious she was, and often I would accompany her exercising the privileges of childhood. And I still remember many lively discussions she had with the widowed mother of the Thakur Sahib. So of these parents, I was born at Porbandar, otherwise known as Sudhamapuri, on the 2nd October 1869. So now only he is coming to his birth. Then I passed my childhood in Porbandar. I recollect having been put to school. It was with some difficulty that I had got through the multiplication tables. The fact that I recollect nothing more of these days, having fun, having learned in company with other boys. To call our teacher all kinds of names would strongly suggest that my intellect must have been sluggish and my memory raw. So this is what is all about the first lesson of the first chapter of Gandhi. So we could see he is only talking about is only 3 points we should remember here. He's talking about Uttam Chand Gandhi alias Ota Gandhi. That is his grandfather. Okay, so that is his grandfather, and he was born in Porbandar. He was compelled to leave Porbandar, and he was a divan there. And then he did not try to salute them in right hand. He was saluting the Nawabs in the left hand. He said that his right hand is devoted to Porbandar, and he was a man of principle. All that we said, and he married. 2 times, and the second but only the Karamchand Gandhi or alias Kaba Gandhi, that is Gandhi's father, was born. And then to Gandhi's father again, they are all prime ministers. Then after that he's talking about how his father was, how religious he was, how he was a man of principles and all. Then he comes to his mother. His mother was all very religious, and how she used to pray for the Chadrimati pujas, all that he is saying, and how he has taken the saintliness from her is the main stress. So some of the synonyms you can learn or antonyms you can learn, for examples like clansmen, like tribesmen or kinsmen or relatives, strangers, outsiders, or enemies. This can be opposites of this. And then you can say impartiality, fairness, even-handedness, neutrality, or opposites can be bias, prejudice, or partisanship. Okay, then we have adamant, firm, resolute, determined, weak, indecisive, and wavering. And accumulate, gather, then stockpile, store, collect, disperse, exhaust, depend. Then discourses, discussion, dialogue, debate. This is meaning. This is opposite. Silence and quiet and muteness. Saintliness, goodness, holiness, purity. We could see wickedness again. It is repeated. Sorry, evil. And then flinching, recoiling, shrinking, wincing, and then confronting, challenging, defying, fugitive, escapee, none, runaway, deserter, captive, and prisoner. And then sluggish, you can see slow and lethargic, active, energetic, lively. So there are some more examples also, like you can see the questions also given for you in this book. There you can just pause this video and you can take a photo of it, and you can read that, and you can understand about Uttam Chand Gandhi, his grandfather, and then you can see about Kaba Gandhi, the father, then the qualities of Putli Bai, the mother. So 3 beautiful answers given for you, and then the practices. So this is all about your first lesson of Gandhi, and then we have a beautiful essay. But you know very well in the exams there is no essay asked, so you need not worry about learning essays. They just ask you, like giving you a paragraph, they will ask you how you're going to understand things. So this is all about the first, the second chapter, autobiographies, first unit, birth and parentage. So this is birth and parentage. The second video, like I could tell you about the second chapter. Thank you.